So today's video, we're going to be wiring up the MOTIV Reflex. It's pretty simple, and I'm gonna help you guys do a walkthrough through it. This is for my 335 with the N54. So you'll see there's a lot of wires going on over here, but all we have to do is just worry about the things that they supplied us. So we got the big connection going to the actual module, and then this harness. We really only are going to be worrying about this right here, and these are the wires that we are going to be tapping in to the DME. Since there's still no support for N54 for can high and can low, then you don't have to worry about the yellow wire or the green wire right here. So these, you can just ignore them. All we're gonna have to worry about are these wires right here. So to start, so this red wire is pin 1, and we are going to be tapping into pin 2 of this connector. So to do that, they sent us a kit with posi taps, but they specifically sent this butt connector and this splice to go into that wire for the power according to their instructions. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. So you grab your red wire, you get your wire strippers, and you're just gonna want to strip out the wire. So there, you expose the wire, give it a little twist. Now we're gonna crimp it. So you can see right here, this part where it's insulated right here is where you want to put your crimper. So what I like to do is I like to hold it like this, hold it right where I'm gonna crimp it, then put in the wire. When you feel that's in there nice and snug, give it a nice squeeze. It's hard to tell, but it is squeezed down, and since it's insulated, it's hard to tell in there, but give it a nice little gentle pull. That's not going anywhere. There, that is a good crimp. So the piece that we just crimped will go into this side of this sort of T-tap thing. Yeah, it will. It only can go on one side, which is this side. And then this right here, that's where we will insert the pin 2 from this connector. So to make it easier, we'll put this on first, and then we'll insert this tap. Now we will insert the wire right here. We'll insert it right here, and then close this. Then to squeeze this, you probably want to get some pliers just to close it, just so you can make a nice cut in the wire to make contact. You should hear it click. Get this thing I was talking to you about. You plug it in. And it should go in. You should feel it like click into place. And you see, I'm giving it a nice little pull, and it's not going anywhere. So that is good. So that's one wire. Next one, to make it easier, we'll do the ground wire. So on your Reflex harness, you will probably see that there's 4 black wires coming out of this harness. So to distinguish them, you can see one says crank, another one says T-map, another one says cam, and the last one says nothing. And if you're really that concerned, you can see that from the harness, it says that pin 3 on this is the ground wire. So since we're gonna make a ground with this wire, we're gonna loop that right here. To do that, we're going to have to crimp a terminal on it. So they supply you with one. Here it is. Something I would advise doing as well is putting a heat shrink tube after you're done crimping it, because since it's like right next to the washer fluid reservoir, and for example, if you're pouring washer fluid and you spill some, the last thing you want to do is when you have this ground wire just crimped like this on a terminal, and then water gets in there, and then it could just short out your Reflex. So I would highly recommend putting a heat shrink tube on there. So first, I would just put the heat shrink tube over. So again, this is pin 3. Slide that down there. So what I like to do to make things easier, I like to grab the terminal by side. So you want it to be like a little bit past where the copper is exposed. So I'd probably start with like right there. So get your wire strippers. Strip it out. And I am satisfied with that. So again, we are going to crimp this. I like to first grab it, put it inside, get it like a firm grip on it. This is hard to get a video of. You're there, see a little copper exposed, just squeeze. So you see, nice crimp, give it a little tug, not going anywhere. So now you get your heat shrink tube, you place it over, and you want to heat it up, I would say about like right there, till it flattens out. There you have it. That's nice. So that's already 2 wires done. We already did the power wire and the ground wire. And all we have left to do to get this basically started is these last 3 right here. So you see, it's not that hard. It's just nice when somebody visually showing you how to do it. So this pin 2, if anybody's asking, is just the main 5-volt input, and it's optional, so you don't really have to worry about this. And same thing, like I said, the can high and can low, at least not yet, can high, can low. Hopefully Motiv comes out with it sometime soon to be can integrated, because that would be awesome. But yeah, so we got the cam intake sensor first. So that is pin 6, and that will go into pin 11 of this DME. The wire color we are looking for in pin 11 is yellow. So we're gonna unlock, I'm gonna pull the slider out right here on the side. Here. So you unplug it from the DME, you're gonna pull this all the way out. You should see some tabs. You're just gonna push, there's 2 tabs. And we are looking for pin 11. So this is the yellow wire that we will be tapping into. I'm only taking it out to show you guys how these posi taps work, and this will be easier way of demonstrating. So we'll take it step by step. So this is what it looks like. Both ends screw off. So you unscrew the gray end, and this is the side that will be going into the wire. And then this point right here, when you tighten these 2 together, this will dig into the wire. And then on the other side, this is where the wire will make contact. So first, we are going to, again, strip the wire. Strip that. Now get your posi tap, grab the gray end, go to the wire, the wire right here, put it in between the wire, and screw this on finger tight. You'll feel it start to get tight, so you obviously don't want to over tighten it with your fingers. Don't put like any channel locks or pliers on this. You just finger tighten it. And like that. Now you're gonna loosen this other piece. We're gonna get our wire, put this piece over it, like so, and then we're just gonna screw this on again. So you'll see, and the question is, well, how do I put this piece on? So all you wanna do, you just want to put it on one side of this. It doesn't matter where it makes contact. It could be here, up here, here, or here. It doesn't matter. As long as it's all on one side. And again, you put the wire through and you tighten it down. Then you just screw it on. That's nice and tight. Give it a nice little pull. And that one's done. I'm gonna put that back into pin 11. So this is the only pin that we're tapping into on this harness, well, this block, whatever you want to call it. And the last two are in X60005. So you're gonna lock this in. That one's all set. So the next one is this bottom one right here. The next one we're gonna do is the crank sensor signal. That's pin 7 on the reflex, and we are going to tap into pin 29 on the DME. And that wire color is yellow. Then we're gonna have to, again, strip the wire for the crank signal. Give it a nice tug. That's good. So then the last one, the map sensor, we're going into pin 10 on this same box right here. And those are the wires that you have to tap into to get this reflex going. And that's all it for the wiring part.
Nigga's gonna get you a good deal, Brandon.
With what?
You put on his Snapchat 2JZ for sale, let me know. I'm gonna do it. No, put RB26 for sale, let me know. Let me know OBO. OBO, yeah. Put negotiable. We'll trade for dogs.
We'll trade for a K20.
Yeah, for a K20 build.
For those who are interested in running flex fuel, you'll need to have your ethanol sensor. Mine is routed down there. And then this is the harness that goes to the ethanol sensor, and that goes all the way to the DME. And to run it so you can see the voltage and the content in MHD, you have to hook that 3-pin connector, which would be this right here, to this 3-pin connector from the MOTIV Reflex. And here's the wiring. It's gonna be a red wire, a black wire, and a green wire.